Welcome into the Pippins pregame show brought to you by the Washington State Lottery. I'm your host, Zach McKinstry, as the Pippins picked up their first win of the season in Game 2 of the series against Walla Walla last night. 16 runs on the board, and 9 of the 10 Pippins batters that came to the plate ended up scoring. Offense was clicking throughout 1 through 9 in the order, found hits, and everything looked good and started rolling offensively for the Pippins. They also got it done on the base paths. Several stolen bases, a couple of hit and runs that worked to perfection. And then in the field, some stellar grabs from Hank Dunn, Owen McWilliam making a fine diving grab in the 9th inning and an outfield assist as well. And some pitching to close it out as Caden Duke continued his scoreless start to the season, adding 2 more strikeouts. And he currently sits 3rd in the West Coast League in strikeouts per 9 inning at an 18 strikeouts per 9 rate. Interview with head coach Kyle Krustangel coming up next on the Pippins pregame show, brought to you by the Washington State Lottery.
When we win the lottery, we are finally doing that reunion trip.
Vegas, baby!
Dude, I got kids.
Oh, we could get a boat. Tropical blue waters.
Oh, wait, I got it.
Welcome back to the Washington State Lottery Pippins pregame show. Here with the head coach Kyle Krustangel after win number 1 in the win column yesterday, a 16-10 performance in Game 2 against Walla Walla. How big of a lift off the shoulders is it that you get win number 1?
Yeah, obviously it's good to get off the snide and get the goose egg out of the win column. But, just the way it happened, it seemed like it had been the same story where some big innings early, despite us getting a good lead, you give up a big one and you kind of get right back to that same kind of feeling. And we had a good pregame yesterday, installed a lot of stuff that we got to put in during the game yesterday to manufacture some runs. But then just to punch back was kind of something we hadn't really done the first 3 games. And then not just punch back, but tie the game up, get a lead, and then look to extend the lead the entire day. I thought the offense was great, obviously 16 runs, but just the way we went about it, a lot of stolen bases. I'm not sure in the exact number, but it felt like 10 plus, and just a lot of small ball in between, not with necessarily bunting as people think about it, but just a lot of first and third plays in situations to move up on a lot of 90s base running wise, which is something we talked about in pregame. So it was nice to kind of install and put things in and then kind of have it come to fruition in the same day and collect a dub was good for the squad. So, look for us to get a little bit on a roll. Got some new bodies be coming in here daily. New guy over at third base tonight. But I think this team has the talent, and look for us to kind of start taking off now that we're finally, played a better baseball game yesterday. Still have some areas to clean up and get better at, obviously. But I like the clubhouse. I liked how we approached the day yesterday.
Yeah, and I got to talk with Hank Dunn about it after the game yesterday, but I think the total was 11 stolen bags, 2 perfectly executed hit and runs, and a lot of base running aggressiveness. Is that something you want to see from your team moving forward?
Yeah, 100%. We just unfortunately we didn't get a shot at all in the first 3 games. We were down by, it seemed like 4, 5, 6, and it's really hard, to have some of that stuff in when you're down because you need a big inning and you need a lot more. You can't necessarily trade outs for runs in those situations. It's hard to gamble down much. So, when we have tight ball games, that's how we're going to play. We're going to be aggressive, pressure breaks pipes. We have a lot of guys that have played for me that understand how we base run from first and second. So, look for us to manufacture quite a bit and have those base knocks, start driving in runs, not just being 2-3 hits an inning with no runs. But I like aggressiveness. I like to run the sacks. Our guys do a good job all summer. I love seeing 11 in the stolen base column. I look for us to hopefully lead the West Coast League in stolen bases. Makes for a fun style, and you don't have to just sit there and give up outs on the bunts. A few of those times we ran some plays and actually didn't even get out. In some of those, you're able to get a couple free 90s, and that's how you give yourself a big inning without just backspin a bunch of baseballs off or over the wall.
Yeah, and then you touched on it a little bit, but going down after a 5-1 first inning and then clawing your way back into the game, playing from behind, what do you like to see out of the team from playing from behind like that and then working their way, chipping away back into the ballgame?
Yeah, it's like I talked about in pregame, man, heart and competitiveness. And I think it wasn't there the first 3 games, and probably just because it's a bunch of new bodies, no one really knows anybody. We talked yesterday, the guy next to you has to mean something to you, to go to war and go to fight for that guy. And I think as guys start to gel and get close and kind of see how we approach the game in the clubhouse, a little bit looser style, let personalities come out, you're going to see a close, tight-knit group, just like teams I've coached in the past. So when that happens, you start playing not just for yourself, but the guy next to you. And then the second piece to that is just compete. We had to compete better. We didn't compete well against Corvallis, in my opinion, on the mound or in the dish. A little bit of selfish baseball, but it is a little individual baseball until you get to know guys. So I like to see heart. I like to see guys compete, and I felt like the response yesterday after a big third inning or second inning, the 7-run spot, to me showed some heart and showed some competitiveness.
Yeah, and then your pick to click yesterday was Jackson Sorensen. I'm going to count it because I think everybody 1 through 9 was clicking yesterday. So who do you got in this one?
Yeah, yesterday was obviously 1 through 9, a lot of good things happening. Today I'm going with Sam Olson. I'm going with the veteran, the WCL guy behind the dish for us in the championship games last year. I think they're having a guy that will bring a little bit of velo on the mound, and Sam handles velo extremely well. Had a lot of hard barrels, obviously the first 5 that he's been here, but I'm going Sam Olson. I think I look for a 3-hit night from him and 1 extra base hit. So there you go.
There you go, Sam Olson, tonight's pick to click, as the Pippins look to win their first WCL series of the season. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Roll Pips.
Roll Pips. That wraps up the Pippins pregame show, brought to you by the Washington State Lottery.
The shortstop, Jordan Andrade. Batting 6, number 45, the catcher, Kyle Krustangel. Batting 7, number 6, the right fielder, William Pippins. Batting 8, number 23, the third baseman, Jacob Marquez. And batting 9, number 13, the left fielder, Cooper Cross. The mound for the Sweets tonight, number 22, pitcher Tyler Porter. The Sweets are managed by Peter Avenanti and assisted by Brandon Keel. Ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's banner rate starting lineup for your Yakima Valley Pippins, as announced by manager Kyle Krustangel. Batting first, number 1, the center fielder, Hey Dunn. Batting second, number 46, the shortstop, Spencer Shipman. Batting third, number 3, the right fielder, Sam Olson. Batting fourth, number 30, the first baseman, Shane Simpson. Batting fifth, number 19, designated hitter, Jake Borks. Batting sixth, number 5, the third baseman, Aiden Van Ransom. Batting seventh, number 41, the left fielder, Owen McWilliam. Batting eighth, number 31, the catcher, Josh Davis. Batting ninth, number 10, the second baseman, Spencer Marenko. And on the mound for the Pippins, number 15, Liam McCollum. The Pippins are managed by Kyle Krustangel and assisted by Johnny Graham. Athletic training services are provided by Orthopedics Northwest, the official athletic training provider of the Pippins. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you rise, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as Cherie Williams presents our Star Spangled Banner.
Welcome into the Pippins Baseball YouTube as we have baseball West Coast League Series finale between your Yakima Valley Pippins and the visiting Walla Walla Sweets. It's been an eventful first couple of games. Game one going in favor of the Sweets by a score of 12-4 as the Sweets ran away with it late. A big 5-run ninth inning closed things out against the Pippins to drop them to 0-4, but Yakima Valley picking up their first win in Game 2 of the series last night by a score of 16-10. An unbelievable ball game that one was. The Pippins jumped in front with 5 runs in the bottom of the first to take a 5-1 lead. Walla Walla would come back with 7 of their own in the third inning, in which they sent 10 batters to the plate. It made it an 8-5 score, but the Pippins would chip away, scoring 2 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth to take the lead. 2 more in the 6th and 7th, and the bats stayed hot as they closed things out 16-10. Liam McCallum on the mound for the Pippins in this one. He'll get the start on the hill as the Pippins try and win their first series of the year here at home against the Sweets before a 10-day road trip throughout Oregon as the Pippins will take on Bend, then Springfield, and then Corvallis. Finale soon to be underway as we go through our Banner Bank starting lineups. McCallum on the mound for the Pippins defensively. Outfield, Owen McWilliam in left, Hank Dunn in center, and the only change is Sam Olson in right field as it was Josh Davis that got that last night. His error ended up resulting in him getting pulled and replaced by Eric Mast, who played defensively the rest of the game. Aiden Van Ransom will have his first start in a Pippins uniform here this season. He'll play at third base for Yakima Valley. Spencer Shipman, the shortstop. Spencer Marinko to second base. Those two switch positions, and the middle infielders do a flip-flop. First base is Shane Simpson and Josh Davis behind the plate as McCallum starts this game behind 2-0. Next home, high and away, make it 3-0 on the leadoff hitter Joey Craig for Walla Walla. And Craig has been a difference maker all series long. After a stellar Game 1, he was certainly an impact with his 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 stolen bags in the first game. And had a good game as he moved up in the lineup to the 2 spot yesterday. Scored a run and also had an RBI. Swings through this one. McCallum fights back to work the count full. And now Craig at the top of the order for the Sweets in this one. Center fielder bats first. Kevin Spear bats second. Leo Rivera, who pitched the final inning for the Walla Walla Sweets last night, he will DH and hit third as the 3-2 just misses inside. And it's a leadoff walk for the Sweets. Davis Milwaukee, the cleanup hitter at first base, as he has been the previous 2 games this series. Jordan Andrade, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Kai Osaka bats sixth behind the plate in this one. Wilf winning up to the 7th spot in the order in right field. Jacob Marquez, the third baseman, bats 8th, and Cooper Cross, the left fielder, rounds out the order for Walla Walla. The first pitch here, shot out towards left field, over the head of the left fielder McWilliam and off the wall. Quick start here for the Sweets, and the hands up as Joey Craig will stay put at third, but a no-out double puts 2 in scoring position here in the top of the first inning. Kevin Spear jumped all over that one and sent it off the bat at 95 miles an hour. The wall is 365 out there in left center field, and that ball went 364.5 feet. First pitch here will just miss to the 3-hole hitter Rivera. So McCallum in his second appearance of the year, but he didn't start his first appearance, came in relief and did a solid job in Game 2 against Corvallis. 3 innings of work, allowing only 1 hit, no runs crossed against him, and 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for McCallum. Freshman at Gonzaga from Sydney, Australia, misses the zone here in the count to 2-1. Had 1 inning pitched for the Bulldogs of Gonzaga this season. Had 1 strikeout, no runs in his 2 outings, one against BYU, the other Washington State. This one a broken bat, ground ball, runner coming to the plate, but the ball is dropped at third, throw to first, and they still get him. But the first action for Aiden Van Ransom, he drops it when it looked like they could have had the run at the plate. A weakly hit ground ball on the broken bat. And Joey Craig, a bold decision as he saw that ball down and took off. I think it surprised Van Rinsum that Craig decided to go. And he looked up, saw the runner coming home, bobbled it, and it does allow the first run to cross for the Sweets in this top of the first inning. 1-0 the score, one out on the RBI ground out from Rivera, and it brings to the plate Davis Milwaukee. This one fouled back, make it 1-1. Joey Craig adds another run as Kevin Spear moves up to third base. And this one gets a piece of Milwaukee, and he'll reach first base on the hit by pitch. That's the third run scored by Joey Craig this series. And the Sweets have now scored in the first inning of every game this series. Had 5 in the first in game 1, 1 yesterday, and 1 here with 1 out, and runners on the corners against the Pippins. Jordan Andrade swings and grounds this one to the left side. Slowly hit, tough to turn, and they get the one. The pick on the other end, in and out of the glove of Shane Simpson, and it will bring home a run. Andrade beats it out, but the throw did beat him. Shane Simpson trying to pick that one out of the dirt, couldn't quite do it, and with 2 outs, it is a 2-0 ball game. That was a really tough play to make by the middle infield of Spencer Shipman and Spencer Marinko. Shipman fired that to second to get the 1 runner on a weakly hit ground ball. And Marinko got it quick out of the glove, but in the dirt, and Simpson couldn't pick it. This one's popped up on the infield. Marinko over, works underneath it. A couple late steps, but he makes the catch for the final out of the top half of the first. For the third straight game, Walla Walla starts ahead here in the top of the first. 2 runs cross on an RBI ground out and RBI fielder's choice. 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first here at the Orchard.
The time is now to get started on your new career at Perry Tech. From AAS degrees in business technology and accounting and IT and communication systems to a fast 5-week professional truck driving program, acquire hands-on skills to help you reach your full potential. From financial aid to career services, the staff at Perry Tech are there to help you from start to finish. Take action today by calling Perry Tech 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
It's sky blue, barn red. Caught up in a country, the only way I wanna be. Somewhere where the road ends, out there where the creek bends, that's where you can find me. Within fields of gold and cotton rows that never ending sky. That take it slow, easy road, man, that's life. Caught up in a country.
We are back for the bottom of inning number 1 as Walla Walla will go to their right-handed pitcher Tyler Cornett with a 2-0 lead. 2 runs cross in the top half, and the Pippins will play from behind for the 3rd straight game against Walla Walla, as the throwdown's a good one, and we are set to get going in this bottom half of the 1st inning. On a mound, Tyler Cornett from Shallow Water, Texas, a junior at Cameron University. Made 10 appearances this year, 7 starts on the mound, and had 40 Ks and 32.2 innings of work. Has been at Cameron since 2020, his COVID junior year. Prior to that, junior college at Hill College, and was a 2-year letterman in baseball in high school. That one in for a strike. Cornett plans to attend West Texas A&M for his last few years of eligibility, as he'll face Hank Dunn, who leads things off for the Pippins here in game number 3. 0-1. Ground ball, foul, left side, 0-2. Hank Dunn at the plate was spectacular. Has played both games this series, his first 2 games of the season for the Pippins. And Dunn is out to a 5-for-9 start, 4 runs, an RBI, and 3 stolen bags in just 2 games. Also had an unbelievable catch in last night's effort, a diving snag in center field, right center field, as he fouls this one out of play. Count stays 0-2. Windy Thursday afternoon, and wind blowing straight out to right field and heavy. A big advantage for left-handed hitters at the plate. Center fielder sees an 0-2 now from Cornett. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and a strikeout opens up the bottom of the 1st as Cornett picks up his 1st. Time now to look at our Banner Bank starting lineups. Hank Dunn leads things off for the Pippins. Spencer Shipman coming to the plate now, the shortstop in this one. Sam Olson in right field bats 3rd. Shane Simpson, the cleanup hitter. At first base, Jake Borst, the DH. Aiden Van Rinsum, the 3rd baseman, will bat 6th. The 7-8-9, Owen McWilliam, Josh Davis, and Spencer Marenko. 1-0 the start now to Spencer Shipman, who is tied for the team lead in RBIs. He has 3. Also 5 hits on the season, including 2 in yesterday's effort. The 1-0 fouled away and off the hand of Shane Simpson standing in front of the dugout. They count to 1-1. Shipman scored 2 runs and drove in all 3 on the season in last night's effort. And we'll see a 1-1 from Cornett. Oh, he was fooled by that one. What a breaking ball, and that was not what Shipman was looking for. A slow swing and a sword. As Shipman well out in front. The count to 1-2. And the shortstop will reset. A ball and 2 strikes as Cornett stares in, comes set, and comes home. Bounces this one outside, and the count evens up 2-2. So the Pippins winning their first game yesterday, 1-4 on the season, still last in the South Division, so a win here would be big. It would put them ahead of Walla Walla in the South Division. As a swing and a miss here is back-to-back strikeouts for Cornett to open up the game, and 2 away. Pippins currently sit 3 games back of Corvallis, who's a perfect 3-0. In the North Division, it's the Bellingham Bells, who are 3-2 in leading the way on that side. Sam Olson comes to the plate here, the right fielder from Oregon. We'll watch the first one miss. Ball 1. Redshirt senior from Eugene, playing with the Ducks. Here's the 1-0. Nice slider in the zone, 1-1. 81 miles an hour from the righty. As he cuts across the zone, here comes another, the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, this one fouled off, and the count's a 1-2. Solid start here in this first for Tyler Cornett. 2 strikeouts and now ahead, 1-2 on Olson, as the right-handed hitter will try and stay alive. Fastball upstairs at 93 miles an hour will miss, and it's 2-2. No home runs yet this season for the Pippins. Today certainly the day to do it with that wind blowing out. 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And the count to 3-2. Home plate umpire Andrew Merben. At first base is Scott Barden. And Barden rules he did not go. So it's a full count, 3-2. 2 away, nobody on base in the bottom of the first inning. Swung on, hit down the line, off the glove of Marquez at third base, and that will be the first Pippins base runner. First hit of the game, as it is ruled a hit. Diving effort from Marquez to keep that from going down the line and potentially extra bases. But the Pippins have their first base runner, courtesy of Sam Olson's 2-out single. Defensively in this one, for Walla Walla, it's Cooper Cross in left field, Joey Craig in center, and Will Fwenning in right field. Jacob Marquez moves from behind the plate to third base in this one. Jordan Andrade at short, Kevin Spear at second, Davis Milwaukee at first, and Kai Osaka gets his first start behind the plate in this series. Cornett starts behind 1-0 against Shane Simpson, who leads this Pippin squad and hits with 6 through the first 5 games. The 1-0. Swung on, popped up left side, tailing out of play. And the count evens up. Back-to-back fastballs from Cornett, who will bring a heavy dose of those to this game. He's got a good fastball. Can sit 92, 93, and can peak upwards of 95, 96. Righty brings home a 1-1 as Olson takes his lead. Off the plate with the off-speed, 2 balls and a strike. Cornett was second-team All-State at third base and pitcher out of high school in 2016. He's a state semifinalist. This one grounded out to the right side. Over is Spear at second. Makes the play. The throw in time. And it beats Simpson for the final out of the bottom of the first. Sam Olson, first base runner for the Pippins with his 2-out single, but left stranded as Yakima Valley goes scoreless here in the first. To the second inning we go. Walla Walla in front, 2-0. You're listening to Pippins Baseball on YouTube.
Saving has never been easier at Bi-Mart. In-store or online, we're delivering more value than ever to our members. From direct mailed savings books, to digital savings guides, to everyone's favorite Lucky Number Tuesday. Plus, we're adding new ways to save with Bi-Mart's Buy It Online, Pick It Up in-store, new web-only items, and the ability to shop Cascade Farm and Outdoor and pick it up at your Bi-Mart store. More value, more products, more ways to save. Bi-Mart members save more time and money every day.
7-8-9 to lead it off for Walla Walla in the top of the second inning as McCallum returns to the mound, allowing the first runs of the season against him in the first inning. First two batters reached, Craig on a walk and then Kevin Spear on a double. Both of those two scored, but McCallum limited anything else. So it is a 2-0 lead for Walla Walla as the first pitch fouled away from Will Fwenning. Fwenning at West Texas A&M will be a teammate with the starting pitcher Tyler Cornett come the fall. Fwenning from Scottsdale, Arizona, and previously Paradise Valley Community College takes this one off the plate, and the count now 2-1. Has been a big part of the Buffs offense at West Texas A&M. .348 was his batting average this season, starting in 58 games for West Texas A&M. Playing in the Division II Lone Star Conference. This one will miss upstairs, and the count full on the leadoff hitter in the inning. Called strike three as that one catches the outer half of the plate, and the first strikeout for McCallum in this second will sit down Will Fwenning. One away, it brings up Jacob Marquez, tonight's third baseman, yesterday's catcher. As Trackman had that one way off the plate. This one swung on and shot towards short, fielded on the backhand. Shipman off the bag, and the pick made, but nobody there. Shane Simpson had to get off the bag to get that ball, keep it from getting away. It's an error for the Pippins, and it will allow Jacob Marquez to reach. And we have seen that all season, early in the season, from the Pippins. A lot of defensive errors, 5 last night. Walla Walla with 6 of them. But to counter that, Pippins made some unbelievable web gems. Owen McWilliam with an outfield assist and a diving catch. Hank Dunn a diving catch. Then Spencer Marinko, an unbelievable play at shortstop, leaping to snag one from getting into left field and hopping to his feet to make the throw. But the flip side of that coin is that some of the plays that have looked more routine have not been made. 1-0 misses, and it's 2-0 now as McCallum will pitch from behind, 2-0. Cooper Cross, the left fielder, at the plate now. Starting in the second game this series. This one spun up the middle and into center field. Jam bloop shot into center, but a hit all the same as it drops in. And with one away, runners on first and second. So once again, you see the dangers of those errors. What would have been out number 2, nobody on, now only 1 out and 2 on base for the top of the order, and Joey Craig, who walked and scored in the first. McCallum will have to work out of trouble. Swing and a foul ball. Joey Craig out of Glendale Community College. He had 41 games played there this year in his freshman year. A .340 batting average, .490 on base, 37 RBIs and 63 runs. Was one of the top freshmen in the conference. The Western State Conference in the California Community College Athletic Association. Craig from Omaha, Nebraska. Watches this one break low, the count to 2-1. And certainly carried over that spectacular season at Glendale CC to Walla Walla. And we've seen it all series long. Here's a 2-1. Fastball misses low. 3 balls and a strike. Ground ball up the line, foul. Greg out in front of the 84-mile-an-hour off speed. And a full count here. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch home. Popped up behind the plate. Davis running over. Shane Simpson coming in and tailing into fair territory. Simpson made a nice running grab. Davis had no idea where that ball was. As he started moving towards the grandstand and the Walla Walla dugout, Simpson was coming right down the first base line. Play made, 2 away now, and it brings up Kevin Spear, who had the double in the first inning and came around to score a run. Nice job of pitching, though, from Liam McCallum, as he fell behind 3-1 in that count, but battled back to make it full and then worked the pop-up to get the second out, and would be out of the inning if it weren't for the Spencer Shipman error at short. 0-1 the count now to Spear. Off speed in for a strike, 0-2. Kevin Spear, a soon-to-be teammate with the man on the mound, committed to Gonzaga. Started and lettered for Bishop Blanchett in Seattle out of high school. 0-2 home. This one shot to the right side. Over is Marinko, and a nice running scoop. The throw on to first base is in time. And well done by Spencer Marinko as he secures the final out. McCallum leaves 2 stranded and holds Walla Walla scoreless in this top of the second as the Pippins try and get back into this deficit. 2-0 the score as we head to the bottom of the second. Coming up next.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh, wait.
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. It is Jake Borst to lead things off in the 5, 6, 7 in the order for the Pippins. As the first pitch home will miss off the plate, ball 1 from Cornett. Borst has played in one of the 2 this series. Didn't play in game 1, played yesterday. Caught in that game, DHing in this one. Finished with a pair of hits at the plate, reached on a walk and a hit by pitch as well, and finished with a 2-for-4 line. That one in for a strike, and the count to 1-2. Cornette trying to find the first out of this bottom of the second. Not on that pitch as it's shot foul. And the count 1-2. 92 miles an hour on that fastball. And Borst well behind it. We'll see if Cornette decides to come back with something off speed. The 1-2. There it is, but it breaks off the plate, and it evens up on Borst. So Borst with 4 hits on the season. Had a triple in Game 1, I should say. He was the DH in Game 1 and scored one of the 4 runs. Takes that one low, and it's full at 3-2. So 4 hits on the season in 16 at-bats, a .250 batting average for the DH. And he'll see a full count pitch here, 3-2. Off speed, breaks outside, and just a piece as it's fouled back. Three, 2 the count. The righty sets, delivers. Breaks off the plate and a good at bat to lead off the bottom of the second by Jake Borst. Fouling off a bunch of would-be strike threes and earning a path to the first base bag as he draws the walk, nobody out. And Aiden Van Rinsum gets his first at bat with the Pippins. Van Rinsum from Marysville, Washington. A freshman at Oregon. We'll see the first here from the righty, Cornette. Whoa, that one runs in and hits him. Van Rinsum's first trip to first base in a Pippins uniform is due to the hit by pitch. So something brewing for the Pippins now. 2 on, nobody out, and Owen McWilliam comes up to the plate as the right fielder gets his first at bat tonight. Van Rinsum was a top 25 player from Washington out of high school at Archbishop Murphy in Everett. Was a top 5 third baseman out of Washington, ranked by Perfect Game. 2-year team captain, all region as a freshman and a sophomore. Had his COVID season, his junior season. Bunt popped foul, and the count to 0-1 on McWilliam. But Van Rinsum did not play in 2022 at Oregon. Looking to get some play time when he goes back to the Ducks after this season. And the Pippins certainly excited to have his bat in the lineup. 0-1 the count. Runner on second base is Borst. First is Van Rinsum. First baseman Davis Milwaukee in on the grass, ready to field the bunt. Jacob Marquez at third is playing deeper. 0-1 and a look back to second. Allows Borst to scramble back to the bag. Left fielder McWilliam swings at this one, a breaking ball in the dirt. 0-2 on the left fielder. McWilliam scored a run in yesterday's effort. Reached on an error in the first, struck out in the third, struck out in the fifth as well, but a wild pitch allowed him to reach and score and open up that massive fifth inning as the 0-2 home is just fouled away. And the count remains the same. Walked in a run later in that fifth inning and then lined out and grounded out to end his afternoon. So finished 0 for 5 while reaching 3 times. 0-2 still the count as Cornette tries to put away McWilliam for the first out. In the dirt, scoots away from the catcher. Up to third base goes Borst, and the wild pitch puts 2 in scoring position. We saw a bunch of wild pitches in the first two games this series from both sides. And that's a big one as it moves the tying run into scoring position at second. 1-2 the count as the left fielder awaits the next from Cornette. That one just misses, says the home plate umpire, Andrew Merben. Just on the inside at 75 miles an hour. 18 miles per hour of difference in the pitches from Cornette on the mound. And his 1-2 is popped up to the right side, but out of play as it bangs off the bar top just to the right of the Walla Walla bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's really tough as a hitter when you see 75 on the inner half and 92 follows that up. But McWilliam gets enough of the fastball to stay alive. Van Rinsum takes his lead off of second base, no one holding him on, so he has a lot of room. Borst with his lead off of third. 2-2 the count. Cornette delivers. Breaking ball inside, called a ball again, and Cornette looks to the dugout. Couldn't believe it. Full count, 3-2, nobody out. And 2 on for the Pippins, trailing by 2. This one poked foul just over Milwaukee at first base. And again, McWilliam stays alive. So really good at-bats put together here to open up. Jake Borst seeing a lot of pitches and eventually drawing a full count walk. Van Rinsum only needed to see one pitch to get hit by it and take first base. And now McWilliam has worked another long at-bat. Full count, 3-2. Cornette tries again. Off the plate, ball 4. You can see the adjustments made at the plate for the Pippins over the last couple of games. As Yakima Valley did not draw a lot of walks against Corvallis in the first series of the year. Swinging at pitches earlier in the at-bats and starting behind. A lot more patient here in the latter stages of this series. And it's paid off for them thus far, picking up their first win yesterday. And having the bases loaded here, nobody out, it's Josh Davis. First pitch he sees, swung on and fouled back. Josh Davis got the start yesterday in right field. Saw one at bat and it produced a run. Drove home a run on his RBI ground out. But then dropped a routine fly ball in right field and was pulled for Eric Mast. Josh Davis is 1 for 9 on the season with the 1 RBI last night. A second hit could potentially tie this game. Corners level with the bag. Pitch home. 0-2 is fouled back out of play. Middle infield of Andrade and Kevin Spear hoping to turn 2 as they play in their normal double play depth. 0-2 from the righty. Breaking ball chopped up towards third. The throw's going to come to the plate. One out there, and then the throw to first is not in time as Davis beats it out, but they do get the lead runner, and the Pippins, 1 out, could not bring the run home. So smart play by Marquez, who was playing in to go to the plate with it. And that looks very similar to what happened in the first inning to produce Walla Walla's run, as the ground ball was perfect for Aiden Ransom. But he bobbled it out of the glove, allowed the run to score, and did get the out at first instead. Spencer Marinko was sitting on that first pitch fastball, but came up empty on the hack, 0-1. 92 miles an hour on the fastball on the outer half. And Tyler Cornett trying to escape a bases-loaded no-out jam here. This one up and in, 1-1 the count to Marinko, who picked up his first hit last night. First hit of the season. A single in the sixth, which scored a run. He finished with 2 runs in that game, 2 stolen bags. Also walked twice, as the middle infielder starting to see the ball a little bit better at the plate. Here's a 1-1. Perfect pitch on the outer half. Right on the black, and it's 1-2. Runner at third base, Van Ransom. Second, McWilliam. First is Josh Davis. So 1-2 pitch home. Off speed, upstairs, it misses, 2-2. 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball, which stayed up. Cornett couldn't get on top of it. 2-2 the count now. Fastball too far out. 93 miles an hour on the gun. Once again, it is the third time this inning a count has gone full. Previous 2 have ended in walks, as Marinko will try and protect with the 3-2 count. Breaking ball and a called strike 3. Sits down Marinko, and 2 away now. It's up to Hank Dunn at the top of the order to try and drive in the run. That's the third strikeout for Cornett in this one. And once again, the Pippins bats struggling with runners in scoring position. Bases loaded. And Josh Davis and Spencer Marinko can't bring home a run with nobody out. Now it's Hank Dunn with 2 outs and the bases still loaded. First pitch just misses for a ball. Cornett asking where that pitch was, and now will take a walk off the back of the mound to reset. Hasn't got that call at all this inning. The inner half to righties has been much tighter. 1-0. Well, outer half is called a strike, and the count evens up. That one at 92. Hank Dunn struck out in his first at bat. An opportunity to drive a few in as the infield playing deep with 2 outs. Takes that one for a strike, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Cornett trying to leave the bases loaded, and the Pippins scoreless in this second. 1-2. Poked out to right field. That one looping in. It will drop down for a base hit. 2 runs will score. Up to third base goes Davis, and it's a 2 RBI, 2 strike, 2 out base knock for Hank Dunn to tie this game. Another fantastic piece of hitting from Hank Dunn. Looking fastball but waiting on anything else. Ready for it, 82 miles an hour on the off speed, and just enough bat on it to push it into right field and drive home two. To the plate is Spencer Shipman now with runners on the corners. This one rocked down the line. Fair ball. That one will bounce off the wall, and getting the round at third base is Dunn. Throw to the plate, no throw, and Dunn will score. Two more cross for the Pippins on a 2 RBI double from Spencer Shipman. Fantastic two-out hitting by the Pippins. They could not get it done with nobody out in the bases loaded, with one out in the bases loaded, but now the top of the order, Hank Dunn, a 2 RBI, 2-strike single, ties it, and Spencer Shipman gives the Pippins the lead with that double down the line. 99 miles an hour off the bat of Spencer Shipman as he barreled the fastball to open the at-bat and puts Yakima Valley in front. Great base running from Hank Dunn to score from first. And Spencer Shipman gets it done in a big way here in the bottom of the second. Two outs still. Sam Olson coming to the plate as the 8th batter of the inning. The right fielder singled down the line in his first at bat. And he'll hit with a runner in scoring position as well. First from Cornett. Misses for ball one. You can tell from the body language, Cornett is furious. He hasn't got that first pitch strike on the inside half. Hasn't been there at all this inning. And led to the walk to Borst, the walk to McWilliam. And also started behind on Hank Dunn. This one scoots away from the backstop, and up to third base goes Shipman. A hard round of third base, but he'll pull up. And the wild pitch puts him 90 feet closer. Second wild pitch of the inning. And Shipman can score if there was a third. 2-0 is the count on Sam Olson. Power hitting catcher. And the pick to click for Kyle Krustangel today. 2-0. Takes that one for a strike, 2-1. It's the 3-4-5 in the order for Walla Walla when they come back to the plate in the top of the third, but the Pippins trying to keep this bottom of the second going. 2-1. This one ground ball out to Andrade. His throw on to first is in time to retire Olson and retire the side. Pippins plate 4 here in the bottom of the second on a 2 RBI single from Hank Dunn and a 2 RBI double from Spencer Shipman. It's 4-2. Pippins back in front as we head to the third.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
First pitch of the top of the third is outside, ball one. On Leo Rivera, the three-hole hitting DH, who drove in the first run of the game on his ground out back in the first. McCallum brings a beautiful breaking ball in at 66 miles an hour. An eephus pitch from the Aussie. 2-1 is the count. Comes back with 83 on the outer half and gets the call. Make it 2-2. Next home. Well outside. Davis snags it, and the count goes full on Leo Rivera. He was 2 for 5 yesterday, but also came into pitched 2 innings, striking out 4. Not usually a pitcher. Just a position player at school at Whitman. And he draws a walk here to open up the top of the third inning. First pitch here, and does not get the call. 1-0 on that one. Another pitch under 70 miles an hour for McCallum on Davis Milwaukee, who comes up empty on this. 1-1. One and two now on Milwaukee. The runner on first, Rivera, has some speed. Had a stolen bag in game one. This one, Davis hangs on to, threatens to back pick, but we'll just fire back to McCallum instead as the count to 2-2. This one skied out towards center field. Hank Dunn, a late break back towards the wall, and the wind carries it just shy of the warning track. But Dunn pulls it down for out number one. Milwaukee just underneath that one, and with one out, Jordan Andrade will hit the shortstop. Andrade reached on a fielder's choice, which brought home a run in the first. Pippins tried to turn two, but the throw short-hopped Shane Simpson, and the pick wasn't made, allowing him to reach. As McCallum, with the funky lefty pickoff, fires on to first base, trying to catch Rivera napping. At lefty angle, you get 45 degrees to the plate, and it looked like McCallum used as many of those as he could before coming home, as this one is a fastball high and away to Davis to start the count 1-0 on the shortstop. Oh, this fastball high and away. Runner was going, but it won't matter, as nowhere near the plate, makes it 2-0. Hitters count for the shortstop. Had 2 hits yesterday, an RBI and a run as well, but was 1 for 6 in the first game. Finds the zone here as McCallum battles back and makes it 2-1. Pitch home, popped up right side. Shane Simpson shifts underneath it and makes the grab for out number 2. Once again, McCallum finding his way behind in a count, 2-0. Gets a strike and then works the pop-up. Back-to-back outs of Milwaukee and now Andrade, and it brings up Kai Osaka, the catcher for the Sweets. Runner in scoring position is Leo Rivera for Osaka. He popped up to second base in his first at-bat and watches a strike here for 0-1. Next, a breaker. Misses low and in, and Davis keeps it in front as Rivera stays put. Pick to second, keeps an eye on him as Walla Walla getting loud in the dugout. 1-1 the count. Next home, misses low and in. McCallum, 2-1. Fastball outer half, makes it 2-2. The next from the lefty, fouled back. Waking up a couple of fans behind the plate. As it clangs off the railing in front of the foul net. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the dirt. Davis prevents the runner from advancing as it goes full. On deck is Wilf Winning, the second. He struck out looking in the second. (3-2), no. Looking back the runner to second. McCallum will step off, return to the rubber, and now deliver a full count pitch. 4-2, Pippins lead in the top of the third. Just misses low. It's ball 4. Two outs and a walk puts runners on first and second for Fwenning. And he will try again at the plate after the strikeout in his first at bat. Was 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 doubles and 2 runs. 0 for 2 in the first game, but reached 4 times on 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches. And tries to turn around this fastball, but comes up empty. McCallum starts ahead, the 0-1, 0-2. For as tight as the inside part of the plate has been, it's pretty open on the outer half, and McCallum has recognized that. As that one gets the call, here's an 0-2. Another fastball outside, and this one's just tipped by Fwenning. He struck out on that outside fastball as the only strikeout to McCallum. Australia native comes home. This one fouled away. Well out in front was the right fielder. A walk opened up this top of the third inning. Fly out to center. And a pop-up had 2 away, but the 2-out walk to Osaka extended it. And now this one's popped up to the right side. Simpson, a long run, but can't flag it down in foul territory just by the Walla Walla bullpen. Count stays 0-2 as Fuening has fouled away 2 pitches with 2 strikes now. McCallum not shying away from that outside fastball. 0-2. Comes back with a breaking ball, which is blooped into left field. It drops in. Rounding third and coming home to score is Leo Rivera. And just like that, Walla Walla gets one back. Make it 4-3 on the 2-out RBI single from Will Fuening. That was great hitting there from Fuening. You could see his approach at the plate after striking out to that outside fastball. Did not want to lose to that pitch again, as this one's popped up to the right side. And Simpson makes out number 3. But a great at-bat from Will Fuening as he ends up turning around in off-speed and dropping it into left field. It brings home 1. Pippins still lead 4-3 as they come to the plate in the bottom of the third. Up next.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back to the Pippins Baseball YouTube as Yakima Valley back to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning. Walla Walla got one back in the top half on the 2-out RBI base hit from Will Fuening. The Pippins trying to respond here with a 4-5-6 in the order, starting with Shane Simpson. Takes a strike as it moves to 1-1. Simpson grounded out to second base in his earlier at-bat. Fouls this one towards the Pippins dugout, and it's 1-2. Shane Simpson, the lefty in this lineup today, has some power, and if he can get a hold of one, the wind can carry it a long way. And not on that pitch, as the off-speed is perfectly timed and has Shane Simpson out in front for strikeout and out number 1 here in this third. So make that 4 strikeouts now for Tyler Cornett. Got into trouble in that second after some good at-bats were put together. But a quick start here to the third, and he gets ahead 0-1 on Jake Borst. He walked and was thrown out at the plate as part of the fielder's choice in the second. The 0-1. Breaking ball is blasted foul. Overcast day, but nice temperatures. Pretty cool outside with that wind blowing as well. Nice Thursday to watch some baseball at the ballpark. 0-2 is the count as Cornette comes home. Dribbled up the line and rolling towards the bag, fielded on the backhand and not in time. Infield single for Jake Borst on a perfectly placed ball that somehow stayed fair. Bounced in the grass and rolled all the way up that line, fielded on the backhand right at that third base bag. One out single puts the runner on and brings up Aiden Van Rinsum for his second at-bat of the season. Second plate appearance, I should say. Didn't get the at-bat in the hit-by pitch in the second. And he came around to score on the 2 RBI single from Hank Dunn. Swings at the first pitch here, which is off the knee of third baseman Marquez, and everybody's safe. That one's going to sting. Marquez trying to limp it off, as he might have caught a bad hop, but that one got him flush on the right knee. Home plate umpire out to the mound with Kai Osaka and Tyler Cornette as well for courtesy for the third baseman, giving him some time to try and tough it out at third base. But to add insult to injury, it's an error to put a runner on first base, and 2 on now, only 1 out. It's Owen McWilliam who walked and scored in his last trip. He'll start behind 0-1. McWilliam seemed late on most of the pitches in his last at-bat, but he got bat on ball when he needed to, working a long at-bat that went full and eventually drawing the walk. He grounds this one foul to the left side and quickly falls behind 0-2. Talked about the base running aggressiveness with head coach Kyle Krustangel in the pregame show after 11 stolen bags in Game 2. Said that's something he would like to see from his team. Hadn't had the opportunity to do it through the first series as they trailed most of the game. Here's an 0-2. Popped foul out of play, and McWilliam stays alive again. Not sure if they'll try anything with Van Rinsum and Borst on the base paths, but you never know. They did have 2 successful hit and runs in yesterday's contest. No balls, 2 strikes. The righty, Cornette, comes set and comes home. Again, fouled away. Better contact, 80 miles an hour off the bat, but still behind on it as McWilliam fouls off another. Quality at bats from the left fielder tonight. 4-3 the score here in the bottom of the third. Here's an 0-2. In the dirt, taken. Runner takes off. Here's the throw to third. Not in time. Great read by Jake Borst as he takes third. Meanwhile, Aiden Van Rinsum will stay at first base. Runners on the corners in a 1-2 count. Heads up, base running. As soon as that ball squirted away from the glove of Osaka, Borst took off. Now the chance to score here with 1 away. 1-2 home. Swing and a miss on a beautiful slider. Cuts right outside of the zone, and a swing and a miss from McWilliam Second strikeout of the inning for Cornette, and 2 away now. The left fielder had done a good job of staying alive in his first at-bat and had fouled a couple of pitches off there, but can only survive for so long when you're mixing up the speeds as well as Cornette has in this game. Quick pickoff to first base keeps an eye on Van Renssum before the first pitch will be delivered to catcher Josh Davis. Davis reached on a fielder's choice. With nobody out and the bases loaded, they got the runner at the plate as this misses for ball 1. But his teammates would pick him up as he'd come around to score on the 2 RBI double from Spencer Shipman, which gave the Pippins the 4-2 lead. Walla Walla with 1 back in the top of the third. Pippins trying to answer here. A 1-0. Breaking ball low, 2-0. Wind still blowing, has been consistent throughout this entire game. Out to right field, 2-0. Third straight off speed, and this one catches the outer half, make it 2-1. Davis has taken each one. Curious if he's waiting on the fastball. Catcher looking for his second hit of the season. 2 balls, 1 strike from Cornette. Oh, check swing here, and that one got him on the inside of the elbow. That one hurts a lot, and we'll see if this will be ruled a strike or a hit by pitch. But more importantly, Josh Davis is in some pain as the trainer out of the dugout. Started moving towards that pitch, a fastball inside. And it stayed inside and drilled him on his throwing arm. Davis also, at the end of the regular season in college at YVC, played the final regular season game at first base and caught one at first base up the line and ran and was pulled from that game with shoulder pain. And has been through a couple of injuries now over the last couple of months. And everybody checking on him as he lifts his arm up. And we'll see if he'll stay in this game. It does not look like he will. He will exit out. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jake Borst or Sam Olson move behind the plate. Those are the 2 other catchers, and both are in play right now. Borst is the DH, and Olson in right field for this one. So Borst, standing at third base, is getting the orders, seeing where he will go, if he will go out for the top of the 4th inning. And also who will hit for Davis if it is ruled a strike. Kyle Krustangel points to Jake Borst. So it looks like he'll come in to catch, and someone will replace him in the DH spot. But we'll bat 8th, and we'll see who that someone is. Tough break for Josh Davis and the Pippins. After 3 straight breaking balls, changing up the eye level of Josh Davis with a few of them down low. Fastball up and in from Tyler Cornette. Induced a check swing, which hit Josh Davis on the right arm moving forward towards the pitch, and it got him pretty flush. So now both Pippins coaches will talk with the umpires Scott Barton and Andrew Merben. It's Kyle Krustangel and Johnny Graham discussing what the changes will be. As it stands right now, 4-3 the score, Pippins lead. 3 runs on 3 hits and an error for Walla Walla, and 4 runs on 4 hits and an error for the Pippins. And they have runners on the corners, but the bases could either be loaded or it could be ruled a strike, as no one has come out of the dugout to replace Josh Davis yet. So a halt in this game. And now some pitchers warming up in the bullpen for Walla Walla, giving them some time to get warm. It's Quentin O'Connor that's down in the Sweets bullpen. And now some warm-up pitches for Tyler Cornett to try and stay loose. Eric Mast is coming out of the dugout, so it looks like he'll come into the game, and if that's the case, he'll go into right field, and Sam Olson will either DH or go behind the plate. And it is a hit by pitch as Mast takes first. Eric Mast came in the last game as well to replace Josh Davis. Had 4 plate appearances, finished 1 for 3, had a single and a run in the 7th, walked and scored in the 5th. Outside of that, had struck out and popped up. And no, they are going to rule that it was a swing. So Mast initially had ran to first base, now wants a bat. And Andrew Merben still trying to decipher what's going on. Kyle Krustangel is now livid as he thought it was a hit by pitch. And you can see he is livid. Now he's been tossed. Kyle Krustangel has been tossed for the first time this season. He had come close a couple of times earlier in the year, and he is livid at the outcome of that one. It was a toss-up whether or not he swung at that pitch, but Josh Davis hit by the pitch, and they say he swung at it. So Eric Mast will now have to hit, and Krustangel giving an earful to Andrew Merben. Fans frustrated as well. And Krustangel making sure to get the most of this in. Johnny Graham will take over as the head coach and move to third base. And one of the subs for the Pippins will take over as the first base coach. So wild sequence there. A hit by pitch, an injury, a strike, and now an ejection. 2-2 will be the count on Eric Mast. A tough spot to come into. But he'll have to hit with a 2-2 count, 2 away, and runners on the corners. Instead of the righty-righty matchup, it's a lefty-righty matchup. Is Mast in the other batter's box? The next from Cornett. This one shot towards first into the glove of Milwaukee, and all that for one pitch as Mast grounds out to end the bottom of the third. Pippins leave 2 on base, and the fans making sure that Andrew Merben hears their boos as Kyle Krustangel has been ejected. Pippins will have to go the rest of this one without their head coach, and we head to the 4th inning. 4-3, Yakima Valley in front.
The time is now to get started on your new career at Perry Tech. From AAS degrees in business technology and accounting and IT and communication systems to a fast 5-week professional truck driving program, acquire hands-on skills to help you reach your full potential. From financial aid to career services, the staff at Perry Tech are there to help you from start to finish. Take action today by calling Perry Tech 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
It's sky blue, barn red. Caught up in a country, the only way I wanna be. Somewhere where the road ends, out there where the creek bends, that's where you can find me. With them fields of gold and cotton rows, that never-ending sky. That take it slow, easy road, man, that's life. Caught up in a country.
We're back at the Orchard, Yakima County Stadium, for the top of the 4th inning and an eventful bottom of the 3rd. And some changes coming here defensively for the Pippins. Josh Davis was hit by a pitch in a 2-1 count, a fastball inside on a check swing, hit his forearm, and he was removed from the game. The Pippins took some time to try and find who would go behind the plate. Finally, they made that conclusion. And Eric Mast came out of the dugout and headed straight to first base, but the umpire said no. It was a strike as Davis went around, even though he was hit by the pitch. And Mast grounds out to third base, while Kyle Krustangel ejected from the game, frustrated with that decision. So Eric Mast will go into right field. Sam Olson, who was initially in right field, will move behind the plate. And Jake Borst will remain the DH. 1-0 is the count as McCallum returns to the mound, and he'll have to pitch after that long break. To the 9-1-2 in the order, starting with Cooper Cross. Breaking ball, called the ball, and the count to 2-0. Outside of the plate has been open all game, but not there. 2-0 is the count. Now the fastball inside makes it 3-0. As McCallum tries to find the zone here in the 4th. Cross singled in his only at-bat in this game in the 2nd inning. Was left stranded. 3-0, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk opens up the top of the 4th. So Cooper Cross on base for Joey Craig, who has walked and popped up in 2 trips. And it is Johnny Graham that will take over the managerial duties for the Pippins. Assistant coach. Graham, the former coach of Belgrade, Montana's Legion team. 8 state tournament appearances as the head coach there. As this one's grounded out towards third. Nice pick. The throw to second gets away and into the outfield. Another error by the Pippins, and defense has killed Yakima Valley in the early stage of this season. It is their 2nd error officially. Van Rinsum had a miscue earlier, which allowed a run to score. But that is an official error accredited to Van Rinsum in his Pippins debut. And 2 on, runners on the corners, nobody out. Unfortunate as it would have been a double play. And nobody on base, 2 outs is certainly better than 2 on, nobody out. First pitch in for a strike on Kevin Spear, who's 1 for 2 with a double and a run today. Tying run is 90 feet from the plate at third base. McCallum steps off before the 0-1. Great outfield arms now with Olsen behind the plate. It's McWilliam in left, who had an outfield assist yesterday. Dunn has a cannon in center. And Eric Mast in right field. As this breaking ball is called a strike, and it's 0-2 on Spear. Spear was ranked the number 23rd best high school prospect out of the state of Washington, out of high school, as this one misses high and away. Head coach of Gonzaga said they're getting the top prep catcher in the state with Kevin Spear, a very good athlete who can play multiple positions, as he is today at second base. 1-2. Called strike 3. Beautiful breaking ball taken by Kevin Spear for a strikeout, and 1 away now. The runner still on the corners. It's Leo Rivera. Two strikeouts for McCallum thus far. And he'll face the DH Rivera, who grounded out to third base, but did produce an RBI in his first at-bat. Swings through this fastball. It's 0-1. And then walked, stole a bag, and scored in the third for the most recent Walla Walla run and most recent run between either team. McCallum stares in, comes home, and this one high and away. 1-1. Joey Craig has some good speed at first. Had a stolen base yesterday. And two stolen bags in the first game of this series. Breaking ball, delayed steal, throw behind it first, the tag not in time. Oh, almost a big miscue at first base. Not sure if Joey Craig was trying to delayed steal there, but started moving towards second base and had to dive back into the bag. A real close play with Shane Simpson applying the tag. 2-1 turns to 3-1 as McCallum misses the zone. And it's a hitter's count with 1 out. Quentin O'Connor continues to warm up in the bullpen, and we'll see if it will be him or Cornett to pitch in the fourth, as this one misses for McCallum, and it's another walk to load the bases with 1 away. Second walk of the afternoon for Leo Rivera. Davis Milwaukee gets to hit. He flew out to center field, and it was well deep enough to score a run in this situation. Also was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Lefty-lefty matchup between McCallum and Milwaukee, and the first pitch is fouled away, out of play, 0-1. Milwaukee out of Chapman University. Was first team All-League out of high school. 3-time team captain. Grounds this one up the middle. Chance at 2. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first. Picked on the other end. Double play gets McCallum and the Pippins out of it and keep Walla Walla scoreless. Well done by the Pippins defense. After the error put them in the tough situation, the double play gets them out of it. Pippins lead 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
We are back, bottom of the fourth inning, and a new arm into the game. It's Quentin O'Connor to take over on the hill, as he will replace Tyler Cornett, who goes through 3 innings, allowing the 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 Walla Walla error, as this one's a jam shot out towards first, and Marinko is retired on the 1-3 putout. Back to the top of the order, it's Hank Dunn, who had the 2 RBI single to tie it in his last AB. He'll face Quentin O'Connor for the first time. Teammates at Yakima Valley this most recent season. O'Connor, a freshman from Bothell High School, Bothell, Washington, same as Josh Davis. As the first to Dunn, who shows bunt, is pulled back. It misses inside for ball 1. Two-0 count now to Dunn. O'Connor delivers this one, and it catches the outer half, make it 2-1. Dunn now 6 hits in 11 at-bats this season in this series. First series of the year for Hank Dunn, and he certainly has produced as he watches this one break off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. This one chopped up the middle. Over is the shortstop Andrade. Throw just beats Dunn by a step, and 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for O'Connor out of the pen. And he will face Spencer Shipman, who had the go-ahead 2 RBI double in his last at-bat. So this season for O'Connor at YVC finished with 9 appearances, 0-1 in the record column. Had 2 saves, 15 innings of work, allowing 15 earned for an even 9 ERA, 18 strikeouts to 10 walks. Shipman takes this one and it misses. This one swung on, chopped towards short. Andrade on the run, fires a missile. It's picked and collision at first base. The play is made and Milwaukee out to check on Spencer Shipman. Shipman back to his feet, seems okay, but it's the final out of the 4th, and the Pippins go in order. 1-2-3 for Quentin O'Connor, and to the 5th inning we go. 4-3, Yakima Valley leads.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning, as it is McCallum still on the mound to pitch to the 5, 6, 7 in the order, starting with the shortstop Andrade, who has grounded into a fielder's choice to bring home a run, popped up to first base, and is 0 for 2. This one short hops Olsen behind the plate. 2-0 the start on the shortstop. Has 4 RBIs on the series. As this one is pulled foul. He is 3 for 12. With a .250 batting average this series. Two balls and a strike to count as McCallum winds and delivers. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Good life on that one. 2-2. McCallum, very different approach on the mound than Tyler Cornett, who started it for Walla Walla, as he'll bring home a 2-2 off the plate for ball 3. Much less velocity coming from the left-hander, but he locates pretty well. And the change of speeds and that big looping breaking ball has worked out. 3-2, high and away, it just misses and is ball 4. A leadoff walk puts Andrade on, and it will bring up Kai Osaka, the catcher. Osaka has a walk in his last trip, has also popped up to second base. So if you're just tuning in, 4-3 is the score. Pippins lead. Walla Walla jumped out in front with 2 runs in the top of the first inning, and they scored in the top of the first for the 3rd straight game. Pippins would answer in the bottom of the second, putting 4 on the board. And then 1 more in the top of the 3rd for Walla Walla would make it 3-4. Kyle Krustangel would be ejected in the bottom of the 3rd after a fastball inside hit catcher Josh Davis on a check swing. He was injured and removed from the game. It was called a strike, and Krustangel exchanged his displeasantries with that call. Was ejected. Eric Mast replaced Davis. And then Liam McCollum and the Pippins defense turn a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the jam with the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. 1-2 just misses from McCallum, and it's even at 2-2. This one fouled back and stays alive. This one grounded out towards 3rd. Another chance at 2. Second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time as it short hops Shane Simpson. And they'll be content with a 1. 2 outs now. Or, 1 away in this top of the 5th. One away. First pitch here is a fastball on the outer half for a strike. This one is fouled back 0-2. Will Fwinning struck out looking in his first at-bat on a fastball on the outer half. A fantastic at-bat in the 3rd inning. Saw him foul off a couple of pitches before blooping a breaking ball into left and scoring the most recent run in this game to make it 4-3 in the top of the 3rd. Here's an 0-2. That one crossed up Sam Olson and is to the backstop. A wild pitch moves Osaka up to second base. That was not what Olson was looking for. And he'll come out to have a word with McCallum. Conversation continues as Andrew Merben trots out to break things up. But both get on the same page, and now returning behind the plate is Olson. Runner on second is Osaka. He was left stranded there in the 3rd. And Fwinning behind in the count, 1-2. 3rd time in 3 plate appearances he's been in a 2-strike count. One, 2. This one blooped to the right side. Simpson a few steps back. He was positioned deep. And right into the glove for 2 away. Two away now. It's Jacob Marquez, the 3rd baseman. Time called as Marquez steps out. Third baseman in this game was the catcher last night. Finished 1 for 4, did have a 2 RBI single and a run in that long third inning, which saw 7 Walla Walla runs cross. Did not play in game 1. Out of Lewis Clark State College and the Warriors in Santa Clarita, California. Played 1 season at Washington State before transferring to Lewis Clark State. Out of Hart High School in Santa Clarita. First pitch to him is fouled off to the right side. Marquez hit .378, 5 doubles, a home run, 11 RBIs his senior year. Was a preseason All-American and All-California region by perfect game. And was rated the number 14 catching prospect in California. Just misses on that fastball, does McCallum, 1-1. Sophomore didn't have any stats at Lewis Clark State this season, and he pops up this breaking ball into shallow center. Out goes Marinko, and the catch is made for out number 3. McCallum is through 5 innings, and the Pippins still have the lead. 4-3 our score to the bottom of the 5th. Coming up next as the Pippins come to the plate.
The time is now to get started on your new career at Perry Tech. From AAS degrees in business technology and accounting and IT and communication systems to a fast 5-week professional truck driving program, acquire hands-on skills to help you reach your full potential. From financial aid to career services, the staff at Perry Tech are there to help you from start to finish. Take action today by calling Perry Tech 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
It's sky blue, barn red, caught up in a country, the only way I wanna be, somewhere where the road ends, out there where the creek bends, that's where you can find me. With them fields of gold and cotton rows, that never-ending sky, that take it slow, easy road, man, that's life, caught up in a country.
The time is now to get started on your new career at Perry Tech. From AAS degrees in business technology and accounting and IT and communication systems to a fast 5-week professional truck driving program, acquire hands-on skills to help you reach your full potential. From financial aid to career services, the staff at Perry Tech are there to help you from start to finish. Take action today by calling Perry Tech 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
Came in the bottom of the 4th.
It's sky blue, barn red,
against the 9-1
caught up
in
in
the order
a country,
Valley.
the only way I wanna be,
Catcher didn't like it, thought it was
somewhere where the road ends.
it stays in the batter's box and awaits the 0-2. O'Connor comes home. Ground ball, left side, Andrade on the backhand, long throw, and shows off the strong arm with a nice play for out number 1. The last 3 outs recorded, all ground outs to Andrade, who has had his hands full defensively. And now it's Shane Simpson, the lefty, to face O'Connor. O'Connor, last outing of the season at Yakima Valley was May 14th, or May 4th, rather. and a 10-9 loss. Pitched 2 innings against Wenatchee Valley. Allowed 2 runs to score. Had 4 strikeouts in those 2 innings, however. This one taken on the outer half for a strike, and Simpson behind 1-2. O'Connor pitched 2 innings, allowing 1 run in his earlier outing this series as Simpson grounds this one to third, and the play made by Milwaukee for the second out. So 2 away now, it's Jake Borst to hit at the plate. He's reached in each of his 2 plate appearances, a walk in the second and a single in the third. So he'll get another chance. He has faced O'Connor already once this year, and it was a triple that one-hopped the wall in the deepest part of the park at 406 in center. He was the only run to score against O'Connor in his previous outing as he starts ahead 0-2 on Jake Borst here. 89 out of the hand. Oh and 2, and stepping off is Quentin O'Connor. He'll take a breath, try again. Called strike 3 on the outer half, and it sits down Jake Borst. 6 up, 6 down for Quentin O'Connor, and the Pippins go quietly here in the bottom of the 5th. To the 6th inning we go. 4-3, Yakima Valley still in front.
Saving has never been easier at Bi-Mart. In-store or online, we're delivering more value than ever to our members. From direct mailed savings books, to digital savings guides, to everyone's favorite Lucky Number Tuesday. Plus, we're adding new ways to save with Bi-Mart's Buy It Online, Pick It Up in-store, new web-only items, and the ability to shop Cascade Farm and Outdoor and pick it up at your Bi-Mart store. More value, more products, more ways to save. Bi-Mart members save more time and money every day.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The common certainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Third outing of the year for Gavin Matson as he will enter and replace Liam McCallum, who finishes with 5 innings of work, 3 hits allowed, 3 runs all earned, 6 walks and 2 strikeouts, but he exits with a 1-run lead. As Gavin Matson will pitch to the 9-1-2 in the order, starting with Cooper Cross as he completes his warm-ups. Third appearance of the year, his previous or his first, I should say, was in the finale against Corvallis, pitched the ninth inning. One complete inning, striking out one, hit a batter and walked a batter, but didn't allow either to score. And then in his most recent, it was in the opener against Walla Walla. Went 1-2-3 in the eighth, but ran into trouble in the ninth and was pulled before he could record an out. As this one's fouled off, and Matson starts ahead 0-1. Matson, a utility player at Yakima Valley, as this one just misses the count to 1-1. Had 9 games played defensively, 4 hits and 25 at-bats, 5 RBIs for him, and did not have any time at the mound with the Yaks. As this one is slapped out towards left field, McWilliam in on the run, makes a nice grab for the first down. Great reaction time once again from the Pippins outfielders, as McWilliam makes a fine running grab, one away, and the top of the order due up. Joey Craig has reached twice today, 0 for 2, reaching on an error and a walk, has also popped up. And watches this first pitch off speed float in for a strike at 67 miles an hour. This one cuts way too far outside to the right-handed hitter. 1-1 is the count. As Matson stares in. Finds the zone here, make it 1-2. Senior Legion team in Kennewick for Matson won the state championship in 2019. As his 1-2 home is again trying to break over the plate. Matson throws his hands out and says, "Why is that not a strike?" And asking the home plate umpire, who doesn't give him an explanation. Trackman has that at a ball well inside regardless. It is a hit by pitch, and with one out, it puts Craig on base. And Kevin Spear will hit 1 for 3 on the day, a double and a run in his first trip. Since then, nothing doing. A ground out to second and a strikeout. Check swing here, hit up the line. It's called foul. It is a foul ball, so everyone will return, but had it been fair, obstruction would have been called on Spencer Shipman, and it would have been a disaster, as the play made at first base, but the throw was well off the line, and now Shipman is a little shaken up at short. Johnny Graham is out of the dugout to check on him, make sure he's all right. So now everyone will regroup. 0-1 is the count, as returning to first base is Joey Craig. Pippins lucky that ball was foul, or the third error of the game would have been chalked onto the board. 0-1. Matson comes home. Just misses. Olsen pops up to his feet, ready to throw behind Craig. And the count evened. Righty comes set, comes home, and it cuts across the plate again as he falls behind 2-1. Matson, a very crouched delivery, or stance on the mound, I should say. And the delivery coming from a side-armed arm slot. Two-one, runner takes off. This one fouled away to the right side. Joey Craig had a good jump at first base. Sam Olsen was ready to throw. And the Pippins catchers have been good at gunning out base runners on the base paths. Had several caught stealings in the Corvallis series. One of the few bright spots in that series. Wind continuing to blow out towards right center field as Gavin Matson will come home with a 2-2. One out, runner on first. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off, cuts inside again. No chance for a throw down, and Craig in safely. So that's twice that Gavin Matson has thrown that pitch in a 2-strike count, and both have nearly hit. Well, this one nearly hits Kevin Spear. The previous one did hit Joey Craig. 3-2. Jam shot out towards second, and Marinko all over it for the second out. Two away, and Leo Rivera will hit. Productive day at the plate for him. The RBI ground out in the first. Walk, stolen bag, and a run in the third, and another walk in the fourth. Joey Craig, the would-be tying run in scoring position at second. Matson's first pitch. Breaks in for strike one. Both sides have been scoreless the last two innings. The Pippins have been scoreless the last three trips to the plate. The only inning they scored was in that 4-run second. 0-1. Good breaking ball and called low, ball one. Gavin Matson looks to second. Craig takes his lead. Pitch home. Misses inside. Davis Milwaukee, the first baseman in the on-deck circle, as Rivera, the DH, sees a 2-1 and watches it for a strike. Breaking 12 inches horizontally from Gavin Matson on the slider. 2-2 is the count. Big 2-2 pitch. Jam shot out towards second. Marinko fields, throws in time. Out number 3. Gavin Matson into the game. Leaves a runner stranded and holds Walla Walla scoreless for the third straight inning. Pippins lead 4-3, trying to jump in front by more when they come to the plate in the bottom of the sixth. Up next.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call.
At the bottom of the 6th inning. Third baseman Van Rinsum, in his first appearance with the Pippins this year, takes a strike. To this point, the third baseman has been hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second, reached on an error in the third in his 2 plate appearances. This one misses inside 2-1 from Quentin O'Connor, who has retired 6 straight Pippins since coming into the game in the 4th. Here's a 2-1. Jam shot, foul. 2-2. Called, strike 3, sits down Van Rinsum, and he thought he had another pitch at least as he sat in the batter's box before that call was made. Second strikeout now for Quentin O'Connor, and 7 straight retired for the reliever. First pitch swinging is McWilliam, and this one is shot foul. Oh, 1. That one will miss, and the count evened up at 1-1. O'Connor did not have this success the last time out. He didn't pitch bad against the Pippins. Got a strikeout to open things up against Sam Olson. But then the triple to Jake Borst and a sac fly from McCallum allowed the run to score. And in his second inning of relief, a strikeout to McWilliam, a walk, a strikeout, and then a single, and the runner was thrown out at the plate to end that inning. So O'Connor has 4 strikeouts in his previous appearance entering into this one. He's got 2 so far in back-to-back Ks as the 1-2 home is shot up the middle off the glove, and a reaction play by Kevin Spear as he gets to it. The throw is in time. Well done by the second baseman Kevin Spear, who went up the middle to try and make that play, but when it deflected off of O'Connor's glove, he had to throw on the brakes and then put it in reverse, turn around and get to it to make the throw. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ten straight retired for Walla Walla pitching. And it's been 11 straight since the last hit, which was a Jake Borst single in the 3rd. This one now blooped into left field over the third baseman Marquez's glove. It's a single. Mast thinks about 2, but holds up. And Eric Mast with a base hit since replacing Josh Davis in the 3rd. With 2 outs, the left-handed hitter Mast shooting it the other way, and Marquez couldn't leap to it. As that breaks the streak of 10 straight batters retired by Sweets pitching, and the streak of 8 straight by Quentin O'Connor. Spencer Marinko now will hit. He's 0 for 2 in this game. And he grounds this one foul, 0-1. Marinko struck out looking in the second, then grounded out to first as the first batter to face Quentin O'Connor in the fourth. And he'll start behind 0-1. He's been busy defensively, making a lot of plays out at second as the 0-1 comes home from the righty. This one shot the opposite way and drops into the Walla Walla bullpen, which has some action. Another arm warming up for the Sweets, as well as one warming up for the Pippins. After the first couple innings, you thought this one was going to be another high-scoring affair. Has not been the case yet, but this one is shot out into right field. And an opposite field single for Marinko. Mast going for third. Throw in. Gets away. Eric Mast thinks about running home, but holds up. It allows Marinko to get up to second. And a single and an error has two runners in scoring position now. 2 outs in the top of the order. And Hank Dunn at the plate. So it won't be an error. Spencer Marinko officially advances on the throw. As Wolf Wenning had some heat on that missile in towards third base that short-hopped Jacob Marquez. Hank Dunn takes a first pitch strike. Dunn had the big 2 RBI single in the second to tie the game, and the on-deck batter Spencer Shipman gave the Pippins the lead, which they've hung on to so far in this game. A 1 in the dirt, 1-1. But after the high-scoring Walla Walla offenses of the last 2 games, 12 runs in the first game, 10 in the second, 2 in the top of the first, had the feeling they were going to have a high-scoring game again. But only 3 runs through 6 innings thus far, and the Pippins have done just enough to stay in front. Hank Dunn trying to add another, but just shoots it foul. 1-2 the count to the center fielder. Ball and 2 strikes as Quentin O'Connor pitches to his Yaks teammate, Hank Dunn. 1-2. Fouled away on the late swing once again. Ball and 2 strikes, but O'Connor steps off and returns before the pitch can come home. Dunn awaits. Off the plate and held onto by Osaka as it breaks outside. Eric Mast with good speed at third base. The potential to score on a wild pitch. Spencer Marinko, good speed at second, and a single would likely score 2. I'm sure Hank Dunn and the Pippins wouldn't mind it. Deuces wild, 2-2. Swing and a miss as this breaks out of the zone, and Dunn will chase it for the strikeout. O'Connor gets out of the jam, and 3 straight scoreless innings for the reliever sends us to the 7th. 4-3, Pippins still in front here at the Orchard.
Office Solutions Northwest is excited to be the official office supplier of the Yakima Valley Pippins. Proudly serving the Yakima Valley since 1967, we offer a wide variety of solutions at work. From pens and copy paper, desks and chairs, to soap and paper towels, along with free next-day delivery on most orders. We strive to be your local source for all of your office needs. Create a free account today by visiting our website at www.whobest.com, and we look forward to working with you.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning, 4-3 ball game, which has become a pitcher's duel here. As we move through the middle stages and into the late stages of this game, Gavin Mattson remains in the game and starts behind 1-0 to Davis Milwaukee, the first baseman who leads things off. Mattson allowed one runner to reach in his first inning on a hit by pitch, but left him stranded. Mattson sending that one a long ways, but foul out to the left side as the count to 1-1. This one blooped out towards center and drops in for a leadoff single. Davis Milwaukee with his first hit of the game. And the first baseman has himself on with nobody out for the heart of the order. Andrade will come to the plate, the shortstop, who has reached on a fielder's choice, popped up and walked in 3 trips today. Gavin Mattson will try and work around the leadoff single. Only 69 miles per hour off the bat of the first baseman, which dropped into center field and did a job, got him on base. As Andrade starts behind 0-1. Right-handed hitting Gavin Mattson, or pitching Gavin Mattson, going back against a righty now. His 0-1 scoots far off the plate, and it's 1-1. Mattson tries again. Does not catch the zone, says the home plate umpire, Andrew Merman. And 2-1 the count. Pippins have had one double play in this game, but the opportunity for a few more that just did not work out. 2 fielders' choices as this one's popped up right side, tailing towards the seats. Simpson over, and he has room for the first out. Big pitch there from Gavin Mattson to record the first out in this 7th, and Andrade is retired to bring up Kai Osaka. The catcher is the recipient of one of those would-be double plays, reached on a 5-4 fielder's choice. He walked and popped up to second base in his 3 trips today. One and 0 after that one from Gavin Mattson. And the freshman brings home the next. Fouled back by Osaka. Kai Osaka played in yesterday's game. The first game he played this series after not playing in game 1. And he reached on a 2-base double, or 2-base error rather, in the second, which was the dropped fly ball in right by Josh Davis. Then had a legitimate double in the third inning, which plated 2 runs, and he came around to score as well. After that, he was 0 for 2. So finished 1 for 4 on the day with his 2 RBI double. Osaka at Chapman University as well. Same as Davis Milwaukee on first base. Osaka was a 2-sport athlete in baseball and basketball in high school, and he grounds this one to the left side. Shipman fires to second for 1. The throw to first, not in time. Osaka just beats it. But once again, that ball was moving slow, and it looked like there was no chance at turning that double play. But Shipman and Marinko have some unbelievable glove speed to get that ball out, transition it to the hand, and fire onto the bag. Another fielder's choice, and 2 away as Osaka takes over at first base. Second time Osaka's reached on the fielder's choice today. And the first pitch to Fwenning is fouled off. Fwenning had 14 home runs this year at West Texas A&M as this one scoots away from Sam Olson and allows Osaka to move into scoring position. Wild pitch from Gavin Mattson. 14 home runs, 17 doubles, and 2 triples, combining for 33 extra base hits in his 58 starts with the Buffaloes this season. The 1-1 from Gavin Mattson. Swing and a miss as that one's hacked on the inner half, and 1-2 is the count. Approaching 2.5 hours of game time. In a tight contest, Gavin Mattson trying to exit this 7th with a lead. 1-2. Ooh, good pitch on the outer half, and that one just misses. Dust storm out in the outfield. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but that wind is certainly picking up. And it has been pretty consistent all game. Mattson steps off. The flag's about to tear off the flagpole. 2 ball, 2 strikes the count. 2 away, runner on second. Pitch home. Off the plate it misses, and it runs full. 3-2. The right fielder Fwenning is 1 for 3 today, an RBI single in the third. A strikeout looking and a pop-up to first base, but his RBI single in that third inning was the last run to score. 3-2 from Gavin Mattson. This one breaks, trying to front door it, and Fwenning fouls it back. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Pippins, 2 errors. Walla Walla with 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. Pippins had 4 hits in the first inning alone, and 4 hits before an out was recorded in game number 2 of this series. Count still full, 3-2. Swung on, this one sky to left. Will it stay fair? Foul ball. Ooh, not by much. Fwenning had got a hold of that one, got underneath it, and the wind blowing as hard as it can into fair territory. But that ball just stayed foul. Our TrackMan shows the bearing of balls put in play, so the left field foul line is minus 45 degrees, and the right field is 45 degrees, with up the middle being 0, and that one was minus 45.75, so as close to fair on that foul ball as you can get, and Mattson will try again. 3-2. This one hits him. Matson lost a hold of it, and a hit by pitch puts him on base and extends the inning. 2 away, 2 on, and Jacob Marquez comes up. You can see, not sure if you can see it on the cameras, but the pole shaking from the wind. It's certainly playing a factor. And we'll see if it keeps up through the late stages of this game as Matson starts ahead 0-1 on Marquez. Marquez 0 for 3 in this game, reaching on an error in the second but left stranded as McCallum got out of it. Popped up to first base against McCallum, then popped up to second against McCallum. And has his first at bat against Gavin Matson. 0-1 to 1-1 as that fastball misses off the plate. Again, not a lot of speed on the fastball, but the weird arm angle, that sidearm delivery and motion speeds up the pitch a little bit. 1-1. Doesn't get the call on that one on the outer half. Graduation across the street at the Sun Dome and balloons now flying over the stadium. But more important matters at hand. A 2-1 count from Gavin Matson runs inside and forces Jacob Marquez to scoot out of the way. 3-1. More action for the Pippins in the bullpen. As the right-hander Gavin Matson trying to find the final out of this top of the 7th. The 3-1. Popped foul out of play. It goes full. So a 3-2 count, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Both runners will get a head start. Left-handed hitting third baseman Marquez out of Lewis Clark State College. We'll see a payoff. Osaka at second, Fuening at first. Matson comes set. Both runners start to move. Off the plate, ball 4. And a hit by pitch and a walk with 2 outs now loads the bases. And Johnny Graham is out of the Pippins dugout checking on the bullpen to make sure that the pitcher's ready to roll. And we'll see if a change will be made. Not yet, it looks like, as Graham returns to the dugout. Bases loaded. And Matson, one more chance to try and get out of it. First pitch misses for ball. A single started this inning, and a pop-up to first base was the first out. Fielder's choice, almost the double play, would have gotten the Pippins out of the inning. Since then, a hit by pitch and a walk, and now a 1-0 start to Cooper Cross, the left fielder, who has singled, walked, and lined out in this game. Shot up the middle, and that one is going to get through. 2 runs will score, and Walla Walla has the lead right back. It's 5-4, Sweets in front. Gavin Matson so close to getting out of the top of the 7th, but could not find the zone with 2 outs, and now 3 straight batters have reached with 2 outs to give Walla Walla the lead. Matson stays in the game now, and he'll start with a first pitch strike on that slider across the zone. Pitching to the top of the order, and Joey Craig, who has scored in this game, reached 3 times, a walk, an error, and a hit by pitch. Same slider, different call, 1-1. One and one. Swing and a miss as Craig couldn't catch up with the fastball upstairs, sitting on the breaking ball. They count to 1-2. Once again, Matson, a 2-out, 2-strike count, as he still tries to find the final out of this top of the seventh. Swing and a miss and a strikeout, and Matson gets out of it. Not before Walla Walla does their damage with 2 outs, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a 2 RBI single from Cooper Cross gives the Sweets a 5-4 lead. It's time to stretch here in Yakima as the Pippins try to respond on the other side. You're listening to Pippins Baseball on Pippins Baseball YouTube.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
Common certainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
We're on the other side of the 7th inning stretch as the Pippins come to the plate to face a new arm. Albert Robles into the game will pitch for Walla Walla, as he did earlier in this series. Robles tasked with trying to find 3 important outs here at the minimum, as no one warming up for the Sweets yet. 0-2 is the count to open things up on the 2-hole hitting Spencer Shipman. Shipman drove in the last 2 runs for the Pippins with that 2 RBI double to give him the lead in the second. It's since been surrendered. 5-4 Walla Walla leads. Here's the 0-2. Oh, upstairs and misses. 1-2 is the count. 1-2 the count. Here comes the next. Swing and a miss. Shipman strikes out, and Robles has a K for the first batter he faces. 9 strikeouts by Sweets pitching in this one. Here comes the first pitch now to Sam Olson, who is 1 for 3 on the day, as singled and grounded out to short twice. The 1, 2, 3 in the order have grounded out to short 4 times today. One 0. Misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to Olson. As Albert Robles, right-handed freshman at Riverside City College in California. Robles attended Valley View High School. As they'll bring a 2-0, and that one misses. 3 balls to the right fielder, Sam Olson. This season at Riverside City College, Robles 13 appearances, 2 starts, and a 2-0 record. 23 innings of work, 24 strikeouts, and a 3.91 ERA. Strike here, as a check swing won't matter from Sam Olson. Three balls and a strike. The next. In there for strike 2, and the count goes full to Olson. Last night, the 16-10 win was the most runs scored by the Pippins since June 12th of last year in a 17-9 matchup against Ridgefield. Trying to climb back into this game as they now trail, and this one over top of Sam Olson by about a foot. As Robles loses that one completely, and ball 4 puts Sam Olson on base for the second time tonight. And with 1 out, runner on for Shane Simpson. Again, I'd like to mention no home runs by the Pippins yet this year. But again, a perfect opportunity with the wind blowing as strong as it is to straight right field. Shane Simpson, the left-handed hitter, if he can get in front of one and get it up in the air, Mother Nature could do the rest. 1-0 the count as Robles misses on the first pitch fastball. 90 miles an hour out of the hand of the freshman righty. As Sam Olson takes a short lead off of the first base bag, the 1-0. Strike 1. Change up there, catches the bottom of the zone. Simpson today 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Coming into this game was the team leader in hits with 6 on the season. Swings at the 1-1 and another changeup, and out in front is Simpson, 1-2. Had 2 RBI singles in last night's effort. Finished 2 for 5 with the 2 singles and 2 runs. Here's a big 1-2 from Robles. Late swing, fouled off, and it stays 1-2. One-two is fouled off as well. So in the 16-run effort yesterday, the Pippins did not have an extra base hit. 16 runs without an extra base hit, but did finish with 13 singles. A double in this game by Spencer Shipman is the only extra base hit for Yakima Valley. 1-2 the count. Here comes the pitch from the righty Robles. Check swing, it's in play. Charging is Andrade. Tough play to make. The throw offline and not in time. Infield check swing single. And you put the ball in play. Good things happen. That's the case for Shane Simpson as he just leaves the barrel over the plate. And a swinging bunt puts him on first base. So all of a sudden, the Pippins have the tying run on second base, the go-ahead run on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Out hitting Walla Walla by 2, but they trail by 1. Borse swings and grounds this one to third. Chance at 2, stepping on the bag. The throw to first is no throw as he couldn't get out of the glove. And a fielder's choice for the second out. Force swinging at the first pitch and beating it into the ground. As he will reach for the third time in this one on the fielder's choice. Simpson up to second base and Olsen back to the dugout. First pitch to Van Rinsum, a strike. And a big at-bat for Van Rinsum in his season debut. Was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and struck out in 3 trips to the plate. But he takes 2 strikes to open up the at-bat against Robles and finds himself in an 0-2 hole. The next home, swing and a miss. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Van Rinsum. Second straight K for the third baseman, and it leaves 2 stranded here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We head to the 8th. Walla Walla in front as Robles shuts the door. And the Pippins out to the field when we come back.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, walking through the ice dome.
Who knew it was so difficult?
Rain starts to fall gently here in the top of the 8th inning as a new arm into the game for the Pippins. Blake Leverton will take the hill, and he'll pitch to the 2-3-4 in the order and relieve Gavin Matson of his duties. As Matson, through the 6th and the 7th, got out of the 6th scoreless, but a 2-out, 2 RBI single gives Walla Walla the lead in the 7th. And the Pippins can't answer in the bottom half. 5-4 is the score, as Leverton will have another appearance for the Pippins this year. This is his 3rd. Pitched in the finale against Corvallis, throwing 2 innings after Daniel Sharon left in the 4th. Allowed 2 runs, but got a double play to get out of the 6th and hold them scoreless in that inning. And then in the first game against Walla Walla, Leverton was the 2nd reliever to enter into the game, replacing Riley Whalen. And he went 2 innings not allowing only 2 runs. So an opportunity to try and put a 0 on the board and keep his team within 1. Big outing here as he faces Kevin Spear. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Spear, the second baseman, has doubled and scored. Outside of that, 1 for 4. Ground out, strikeout, and a pop-up to second. And Leverton into the game, 2 balls, and starts behind 2-0. It's a very gentle rain coming down, but with the wind blowing as hard as it is, it might seem a lot harder out there on the field. As the 2-0 is swung on and shot out towards left, McWilliam running in, dives again, and catches it again. Owen McWilliam with another web gem. Made a diving grab in the 9th last night, had an outfield assist last night, a nice catch on the run today, and now leaves his feet to pull that one down for out number 1. Well done by Owen McWilliam as he shows off the glove once again. Now it's Leo Rivera at the plate who watches the first pitch miss for a ball. Rivera has walked twice and driven in a run on an RBI ground out. Grounded out to second in his last AB. Pops this one foul. 86 out of the hand of Leverton. Leverton from Seattle University. Ahead 0-2. Yakima native out of West Valley High School comes set, and the righty delivers. Good fastball, but it misses low and into Rivera, 1-2. Leverton, a teaching and elementary education major at Seattle University. Also won back-to-back Junior American State Legion titles out here. This one a weekly hit. Line drive out towards second, and an easy toss from Marinko to first base. 2 up, 2 down for Blake Leverton. And it's Davis Milwaukee back at the dish. Milwaukee, the first baseman, singled in his last at bat on a bloop into center field. He was thrown out at second as part of a fielder's choice, but Osaka, who reached on that fielder's choice, would score the tying run, and Fuening would score the go-ahead run. This one now out towards second. Marinko fields the throw in time, and a 1-2-3 inning for Blake Leverton. Pippins trying to get that momentum back. They'll come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, needing 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. Pippins bats up next. You're listening to Pippins Baseball on YouTube.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Office Solutions Northwest is a
Welcome back. Pippins at the plate, bottom of the 8th inning. They trail by 1. It's Owen McWilliam in the 7-8-9 in the order as Albert Robles got out of that 7th, leaving 2 on base on the swinging strikeout from Aiden Van Rinsum. Starts behind 1-0 on McWilliam, the left fielder, who has walked and scored in this game. That was in his first plate appearance, and since then he has struck out and grounded out. And this is his first at bat against Robles, as that one will catch the zone for a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss here for McWilliam as that one moves it to 1-2. McWilliam had that spectacular grab for the first out of the top half of the 8th, trying to carry that momentum from the field to the plate. 1-2. as the leadoff man here in the bottom half. Fouled away. .91 out of the hand of Robles, the Riverside City College product. Righty comes set, comes home. Ground ball left side. Short hops and eats up Marquez at third. That's the second error by the third baseman tonight. Wore one off the knee earlier on another tough hop. But that one he probably should have had. McWilliam beats it out. No throw, and the tying run on base with nobody out for Eric Mast. Mast, the DH in this one. Or excuse me, right fielder, as he replaced Josh Davis. And oh no, McWilliam back to the bag. He's safe. Whew. Caught a break there as he was caught leaning in between first and second. Wise play from Osaka to throw behind. But Milwaukee couldn't slap the tag quick enough. 0-1 is the count, and McWilliam stays on the base paths. Would have been a disaster for the Pippins. 0-1. Shows bunt, pulls back, it's in for a strike, 0-2. Another lefty hitter in Eric Mast. Came up in a big spot in the Corvallis series, the chance to tie the game with the bases loaded down by 3, and nearly did if it weren't for Fuening. Rather, that was game 1 of this series. 0-2 to 1-2 as this just misses. If Mast did what he did in that first game tonight, it would probably be a home run with how heavily the flags are blowing out towards that right field fence. Football onto the field in right as the Walla Walla bullpen has to go collect. McWilliam takes his lead. 1-2 is the count. McWilliam fakes a steal. That one is a called strike 3, and Eric Mast does not like it. Neither do the fans as he slowly walks back to the dugout. Johnny Graham asking the home plate umpire how that wasn't up. And home plate umpire Andrew Mervin won't look him in the eyes. Stares at the ground. Graham doesn't get an answer, and one away as Spencer Marinko will come to the plate. That's a big first out for Robles, and now he picks off to first, and McWilliam has to dive back in. Marinko singled in his last at bat. Chopper left side, gets by Marquez again. Hard hit ground ball, and Marquez kind of olayed it, just stuck the glove out there and tried to pick it while pulling the head away from the ball, and it got by him. It's the second straight hit for Marinko, and first and second one out now for Hank Dunn. Marquez is normally a catcher. But at third base tonight has had some trouble. Now this one gets away high off the screen, and both runners move up. Tying run 90 feet from the plate with one out. Go-ahead run on second base for Hank Dunn. After last night, I'm not sure you would want anyone else in this position. Dunn has been spectacular in his first couple of games in a Pippins uniform this season. Had the 2 RBI single to tie the game earlier. Outfield arms of Cooper Cross, Joey Craig, and Will Fuening are all pretty solid. And the infield stationed in. Dunn ahead in the count 1-0. Robles comes home. Off speed, top of the zone, 1-1. Dunn with 6 hits in his first 3 games. Has certainly carried over that momentum from YVC this year, where he was an All-American with the Yaks, way out in front of that one in the count to 1-2. Spencer Shipman in the on-deck circle. But a huge opportunity with runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. Pippins trying to capitalize. 1-2 the count. In the dirt, it misses as Dunn lays off. Pippins couldn't convert with less than 2 outs in the second inning. And those 4 runs came with 2 outs. 2-2 the count. Robles delivers. Swing and a miss. Dunn down on strikes. That's a big strikeout for Robles and this Walla Walla lineup. But once again, failed opportunities with less than 2 outs to bring a runner home. Shipman did it in the second inning with his 2 RBI double to take the lead. That's his only hit. He's 1 for 4. And this one now short hops the catcher. Back to the backstop. Tie game. Wild pitch, and we're all square at 5. Second wild pitch for Robles this inning. Up to third base goes Marinko. Scoring is McWilliam. Now Shipman will bat in a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. Ball and no strikes. The righty from Riverside City comes home and just misses. That pitch has been called a strike already this inning. That's the pitch Eric Nass struck out on. Here's a 2-0. This one finds the zone, and the count's at 2-1. Shipman came into this game tied for the team lead in RBIs with 3. He had all 3 yesterday and has 2 tonight. Ground ball left side foul, and Johnny Graham showing off the fundamentals as he pulls that down. The count to 2-2. Five RBIs in the last 2 games for Shipman. A 6th would give the Pippins the lead. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss, and Robles with a big strikeout and a big wave towards Spencer Shipman, who takes offense, and a stare down as he exits the field. Robles blows the lead as he returns to the dugout, and it's all even at 5 as we head to the top of the 9th. Final frame, unless extras. We'll find out. Coming up next, Yakima Valley Pippins baseball.
Saving has never been easier at Bi-Mart. In-store or online, we're delivering more value than ever to our members. From direct mailed savings books, to digital savings guides, to everyone's favorite Lucky Number Tuesday. Plus, we're adding new ways to save with Bi-Mart's Buy It Online, Pick It Up in-store, new web-only items, and the ability to shop Cascade Farm and Outdoor and pick it up at your Bi-Mart store. More value, more products, more ways to save. Bi-Mart members save more time and money every day.
Well, here we go, folks. It is the top of the 9th inning, and we are all square at 5 in the series decider, Game 3, between the Walla Walla Sweets and your Yakima Valley Pippins. Blake Leverton back on the mound after going 1-2-3 in the top half of the 8th. Trying to find that same fortune here against the 5, 6, 7 in the order. His first pitch home is blasted to left. This one is back, and it is off the wall in the air. Throw into second base from McWilliam on a line, and sliding in safely is Jordan Andrade with a leadoff double. That nearly left the yard off the top of the wall in left. McWilliam fired it in, but it's a leadoff double here in the 9th. 94 off the bat. And Andrade is the go-ahead run on second base with nobody out. An absolute bullet by the shortstop from UNLV. Jumped all over the first pitch. And nearly took Leverton deep. It's now Kai Osaka at the plate. Shows bunt, pops it up. Out behind the plate is Olsen, but he couldn't get there in time, and it drops foul. Time called as Johnny Graham is going to come out to the mound and have a word. All the infield coming in, Olsen coming in as well after Graham saw the bunt attempt. Trying to make sure everybody's on the same page bunt defense-wise with Osaka behind in the count 0-1. And good speed from Andrade at second base. Van Rensum still in the game at third base. Simpson at first, and then the two Spencers up the middle, Shipman and Marinko. Visit concludes, and everyone returns to their position. Both the corners playing in with the bag. They're going to scoot up onto the grass and play the bunt while the middle infield at their normal depth against Osaka. 0-1 from Leverton. Bunt showed. It's down this time and in fair territory. Simpson's going to go to first, and they'll take the out. But the bunt's successful as it moves the runner up to third. Nice play by Simpson. He thought about going to third, but held on to it and made the smart decision when he saw Andrade already down the line, or already close to the third base bag. So now the infield's going to be in for the Pippins, and it's Will Fwinning, the right fielder, at the plate. Fwinning has an RBI single in this game, and he scored on his hit by pitch in his last at bat. That one will miss inside for a ball. Again, a pitch that we've seen called a strike at points tonight. One and 0 is the count. Infield in this 9th inning tie ball game. Popped up, foul, and out of play. How about that? A fan trying to duck out of the way of it, has the blanket on, and it got caught in the blanket in the stands. Back to baseball as the tension builds up once again. Good arms in the Pippins outfield if it comes to it, with McWilliam in left, Dunn in center, and Mast in right. 1-1 from Leverton. That's in there for a strike. Well, it should have been in there for a strike. It was called a ball, but then the check swing appeal was called a strike, and all things even in the wash. I think they got that backwards. And the count to 1-2. Blake Leverton, big spot here for the freshman from Seattle University. The 1-2. Fouled away. Fwinning put together a fantastic at-bat off Liam McCallum in the third, which resulted in the 2-strike bloop hit into left. Blake Leverton here still in the driver's seat, has some pitches to waste if he wants to. 1-2 the count. Tipped, foul, and off of the catcher Olsen. And he'll try it again. Right fielder Fwinning is 1 for 3 on the day. 6 hits for Walla Walla, 8 for the Pippins, but all square at 5 as it stands. 1-2 the count, 1 away. Pitch from Blake Leverton. Oh, that one hit him. As Fwinning throws his bat into the ground, Leverton saying he leaned out over the plate, and Johnny Graham is going to argue the same. On TrackMan, that pitch is right on the edge of the zone. Graham arguing that he did lean over the plate, and we saw that earlier in the game against Josh Davis. It's what got Kyle Krustangel ejected. An inside pitch which was called a strike on the check swing, hit by pitch. And now runners on the corners with 1 out. It's going to push the middle infield back to double play depth. How many times have we seen that today? I think 3 or 4 hit by pitches that have been with 2-strike counts and ahead in the count as well. 1-2, 0-2. And now without a manager, the infield's going to come in and talk to each other. Make sure they're on the same page with the runners on the corners. Seemed like Van Rinsum was an active part of those conversations. And it's Jacob Marquez, the third baseman, with 1 out. Both teams trying to win a series. Both teams trying to win their first series of the year. And a big pitch here and a big at-bat as Leverton starts behind 1-0. Cooper Cross, the left fielder in the on-deck circle. Pippins have had 1 double play in this game. But again, the chance at several more with 3 fielders' choices that could have been double plays. Marquez has popped up twice, reached on an error and walked. One and 0 as Leverton delivers. Popped up, shallow right field. Coming in is Hank Dunn. Underneath it, he catches it, runner tags. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is nowhere in time, and the run will cross. The wind kept carrying that ball deeper, and what looked like a shallow fly ball ended up being deep enough to score the go-ahead run. It's 6-5. The appeal to third base, they say he tagged up cleanly, and the Pippins dugout upset with that decision. Johnny Graham still barking at the home plate umpire, but now 2 away as Marquez has driven home the go-ahead run in the 9th. Tipped back off of Olsen, and it's 0-1. The count 0-1, Leverton ahead. Inning started with a leadoff double from Andrade that nearly left the yard. as this one just misses for a ball on the outer half, 1-1. Sack bunt from Osaka got him to third. A hit by pitch on Fuening in a 1-2 count put him on first, and with runners on the corners, the sack fly from Marquez scored Andrade. 1-1 from Leverton. Swing and a miss. Cooper Cross tried to take that one deep and came up empty, 1-2. Cross has 2 singles, including the 2 RBI single, which gave Walla Walla the lead in the 7th. Back and forth ball game. Here's a 1-2. High and away and misses. 2-2. Will Fuening. No stolen bases in this series. 2-2 count. Doubt he'll be on the move as Leverton tries to get through this top of the 9th. Pitch home. Blooper out towards shallow left and beyond Van Rinsum. No one covering the third base bag. Here comes the throw. That's up the line and up to second base. No one there. Olsen can't make the play and the run scores. Up to third base now the throw. That gets away. Unbelievable as the defense from the Pippins fails them again. Oh boy. That one hurts a lot. A bloop into left field over Van Rinsum. No one with the awareness to cover the third base bag. Heads up base running from Fuening to take third. And then no one decided to get the throw into third base. And Olsen was frozen as the ball rolled to him and Fuening beat him to the plate. 7-5 the score as Walla Walla adds a huge insurance run. And a lot of fans starting to exit. Swing and a miss on Joey Craig, and the count to 1-1. Error will go against McWilliam on the throw in as a fastball somewhere misses on the inside. Cooper Cross all the way to third on a bloop single to left. Wow. 2-1 is the count. Here's the next home. A high fastball swung on and missed. It's 2-2. And talk about a bad break. And if you're the pitcher to Leverton, I'm sure he is frustrated as can be. Weak contact, and it ends up scoring a run. 2-2. Fastball upstairs. It's full. 3-2. Pippins will have the 3-4-5 in the order come to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. Trailing by 2, Leverton trying to keep it that way and give the Pippins a fighter's chance. 3-2, righty delivers. Called strike 3, and the call finally made as Leverton escapes. He'll head back to the dugout. And now we head to the bottom of the 9th. Fighter's chance for the Pippins as Robles heads back out there. They trail by 2. Chance to win it. Stay with us on Pippins Baseball YouTube.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh, wait.
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Bottom of the ninth inning. The bad news, the Pippins give up 2 in the top half, and they now trail. The good news, chance to win it. Bloop and a blast is all it takes to tie this one up, and it starts with Sam Olson as the right fielder will face Albert Robles. First pitch misses for ball 1. Olson is 1 for 3 on the day, a single, 2 groundouts to short, and a walk. Was thrown out as part of a fielder's choice in the 7th, in which the Pippins could not score. The runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. That could be a difference maker in this one, as it's only a 2-run game, the 1-1 home. This one now shot on a line out to left, and it drops in front of Cooper Cross. Exactly what the Pippins needed, a leadoff single from Sam Olson. That one was barreled low in the zone, 95 miles an hour out as it burned some grass on the hop to Cooper Cross. It's now Shane Simpson, left-handed hitting first baseman, and he swings and misses at strike 1. Simpson singled in his last at-bat through the right side. 1 for 4 with a ground out to second, ground out to third, and a strikeout in his early 3 at-bats. The 0-1 swings and chases at a pitch off the plate. 0-2. Simpson will have to protect. Olson, a short lead off of first. 0-2 from Robles. Misses inside, gets away. Olson up to second. It breaks up the double play. That's a significant play. Olson behind the plate, not the most speed. And anything on the ground obviously had the opportunity for 2. But now he stands in scoring position. The count 1-2, and Robles having a word with his catcher, Kai Osaka. Third wild pitch for Albert Robles in his 3rd inning of work. Got through the 7th, leaving 2 stranded. 1 run scored in the 8th on the wild pitch to tie it. But again, the Pippins left another runner stranded 90 feet from the plate, as the 1-2 home is high and away, 2-2. Two the count. Robles comes home. In the dirt, it's blocked behind the plate. Big play there from Osaka to keep the runner from advancing to third. But the count will run full. It's Jake Borst in the on-deck circle for the Pippins. Albert Robles, the righty, sets and comes home. Swing and a miss. Sits down Shane Simpson on 1 out of the zone as a perfect breaking ball gets the chase. 1 away. Jake Borst now will hit. First pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Opportunity here for the junior at Cal State San Bernardino from Imperial Beach, California. Starting his career the JUCO route at Southwestern College in 2019 and 20. Before transferring to Cal State San Bernardino, this one gets away, and up to third base goes Olson. Second wild pitch of the inning, fourth of the game for Albert Robles. Jake Borst is trying to bring the spectacular season he had at Cal State San Bernardino this year to the Pippins. He batted .304 over 54 games played in 52 starts. 38 RBIs, 12 home runs, and was all conference. And he wears this one. Albert Robles, the hit by pitch. Out of the dugout comes the Walla Walla skipper. Nobody in the Sweets bullpen. So this is Robles' game to win or lose. Mound visit out there as the infield comes in, but all of a sudden the Pippins have the tying run on first base with one out. And the debut, Aiden Van Rinsum at the plate. Van Rinsum, the winning run, potentially. And there's going to be a pinch runner at first base as Beck McGuire will enter into the game. Going with some speed to replace the DH as McGuire comes into the game. And wouldn't this be some justice as Aiden Van Rinsum, who hasn't had the best debut defensively, was off the third base bag when Fuenting tried to take third in the ninth and then let the ball just roll through to allow Fuenting to score. He has the opportunity to make up for it right here. That one misses for ball one. Van Rinsum has been hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Reached on an error, but in his previous two at-bats, struck out twice. Here's a 1-0. It misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Hitters count now with one away. Van Rinsum looking for his first hit of the season, and it would be a pretty good time for it here in the bottom of the ninth. The 2-0. Called a strike, 2-1. Talked to Kyle Krustangel about the aggressiveness, base running wise, the last game. But a big situation here. It's a high risk, high reward for Beck McGuire at first. That one misses, ball 3. And no reason to send him in a 3-1 count with one out here. Robles gets the sign, gives a nod, and comes set. 3-1 the count. Hitters count to Van Rinsum. Swung on, dribbled out towards third, chance at 2. Throw to second is off the bag. They call him out at second. 1 run scores, and Johnny Graham is going to come out of the dugout. The throw brought Kevin Spear off the bag, but the question is, did he keep the foot on when he brought it in? This is a huge call in the game, obviously, as that's the tying run on second base. And it's the difference between 1 out and 2 out. And there is no help. Scott Barden will get booed by everyone in attendance. So now it's Van Rinsum at first base as the tying run. And it's up to Owen McWilliam with 2 away. A mouthful. First pitch, breaking ball is sliced foul. Van Rinsum at first base. Scored a run in the second, and you never know with the wild pitches from Robles on the mound thus far. 2 this inning, 4 in his appearance. Has gone 2.2 as McWilliam is the last hope for the Pippins. Swings through that one. And Yakima Valley is down to their final strike tonight. What you love about baseball, the next pitch, either team could win it. 0-2 is the count. Here it comes. Off the plate, it misses. 1-2. Imagine nerves on both sides. On the mound in Albert Robles, the Riverside City College product. At the plate, Owen McWilliam. 1-2 the count. It's high, it gets away, and up to second goes the tying run. Make that wild pitch number 3 of the inning. Van Rinsum on second base. And a single could score him. Eric Mast in the on-deck circle if it gets that far. But all eyes focused on Owen McWilliam as he takes a breath and steps out. Calm the nerves, and he sees a 2-2. Swung on, popped up right side, tailing towards the right side, and the catch is made right in front of the bullpen, and Walla Walla holds on. Robles waves at the Pippins dugout and chirping back and forth as the series comes to a conclusion. The Sweets take the series and take Game 3 with a 2-run top of the ninth. The Pippins leave the tying run in scoring position, and that might be the story of the night. Runners left in scoring position by the Pippins, and a game they probably should have won. Errors galore, 4 errors in this game, 5 yesterday for the Pippins, and 2 coming in the ninth. A frustrated crew down there in a game they really wanted to have. On to the next one for the Pippins as the mindset is to flush this one and move forward to a 10-day road trip on to Oregon as the Pippins will move on to take Bend on tomorrow. 3 games set against Bend, then the off day on Monday. They'll follow that up, traveling back out to Oregon to take on Springfield and then close out the road trip with Corvallis. Pippin showed a lot of life in the last 2 games of this series and a lot of promise moving forward into the season. But a tough loss to swallow here in Game 3 against Walla Walla as the Sweets take it by a score of 7-6. Albert Robles shuts the door in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Only allows 2 runs, and it does enough to give Walla Walla the lead. Pippins will talk things over, and we will wrap things up. So thanks for everyone that listened here on Pippins Baseball YouTube. For everyone involved in the production, I'm Zach McKinstry. We'll see you next time on the other side of this road trip for more Pippins Baseball.